Now, one of my biggest gripes with Dwayne Casey being signed, if you listen to the video, a lot of people didn't like it, was the fact that the Detroit Pistons signed the head coach before signing the general manager / president of basketball operations. We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building talking some Detroit Pistons, man. And, man, that was one of my biggest gripes. But, the guy they have in the ace in the hole, or they have in the background they may be signing, is Tajan Langdon. He was an old San Antonio Spurs assistant. I know I butchered his name. And he's a scout with he's a general manager assistant with the Nets, and that's the guy that they've been talking about bringing in. They talking about in an article they want to groom him to be the GM that he could be. I don't understand that. How do you groom somebody to be a general manager? Either you're a general manager right now or you're not. So is he going to be an assistant general manager? You know what makes the day-to-day basketball operation calls? You just going to have a position open and this Ed Tanowski guy is going to be the, kind of look over what's going on? See, I just don't like the way this organization is going, man. At the end of the day, you want to groom a general manager. That's cool, okay? But why am I having you as a general manager? I have to groom you. Either you're ready or not. And that just shows you that the Detroit Pistons and Tom Gores, they want to force something on whoever comes in. You are forced to be with this roster, and no credible general manager knows to take this job if you can't make any moves with this roster. If you're forced to be with this roster, you can't trade nobody. You don't have any first-round draft picks this year. You don't have any cap space to save up sign a free agent. What do you need me to come in and do for? If I can't do anything, and then at the end of the day, I get all the blame and I get fired for the team not being successful with Blake Griffin, Reggie Jackson, and Andre Drummond? No. That's why a lot of guys just walked away. You didn't hear about Kiki Vandeweghe name. You didn't hear Shine Battier pulled out. Chauncey Billups just disintegrated into the wind like it was Avengers Infinity Stones, whatever you call it. You didn't hear nothing else about Chauncey Billups, right? Because you know why? Because Tom Gores, he does not want to trade his son, Andre Drummond. He does not want to trade his ticket puller, Blake Griffin. Reggie Jackson, he probably would trade Reggie Jackson, but nobody wants him. 2 years left, $30-something million on that contract? Nobody wants him. So why, if I'm a general manager and I have credibility and this is my last hoorah, this is my first shot, why would I want to walk into a situation where I have no control? I can't draft nobody but a second-round draft pick. I can't trade nobody that's of substance. I can't sign nobody. So at the end of the day, Tom Gores is an idiot. He's handcuffing whoever comes in to be with this roster. And you can't do that. And they probably telling them in these meetings, and that's kind of what I'm hearing through the grapevine as well and through the room mill, that this is not a roster that you're gonna win anything with. It's not. You got 2 injury-prone players off the river, Reggie Jackson and Blake Griffin. And that's why I didn't like this move with Dwayne Casey. Somebody that needs to come in and have control over this roster that's competent. And Estanovsky, you probably knew it was going to be Dwayne Casey because he got Dwayne Casey the job in Toronto. He was in the front office. He pushed for Dwayne Casey. And they think Dwayne Casey can come in here and save this roster. Trust me. Trust me. Holy water, the Holy Spirit, and God can help this roster out right now. This is not a winning roster in the NBA. At best, this is a first-round exit. Might win a game. And that's what you want from your Pistons? Is that the excellent standard that Jack Mikowski and Chuck Daly and Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars and all them guys set for this franchise? Is that the standard that Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, and them left for this franchise? That's not the standard to be one and done and now have a chance at doing anything. And that was my biggest gripe. It's not with Dwayne Casey as a coach. I think if they really want to go for it with Dwayne Casey and he can, in his coaching style, can bring the best out of this roster, at best this roster is a 6th seed. It ain't Toronto. You don't have star guards. You don't have guard play. And the league is predicated on guard play. The league goes as guards goes. It goes as the point guard and the shooting guard. And that way they score. That's what the league is predicated for. This ain't the 80s no more, when the big fella ruled the league. Jordan changed that. When Jordan came in and became a guard, he took it from a dinosaur giant league, and he made the big man a dinosaur. Not for him, but the big man just really went away. It went away. And at the end of the day, they're going to have Dwayne Casey working with a guy that he don't even freaking know. They might have already told him and signed a general manager. And they probably waiting to make it all one big announcement with Dwayne Casey. But at the end of the day, Dwayne Casey was going to sit out this season. But why would you sit out when you're getting, what, $7 million per year? 5 times 7 equals $35 million, right? Plus incentives. So they overpaid for him to come here and save this roster, and they're going to be disappointed because this roster can't be saved. In the guards league, both of your top paid players are big men. And not only big men, not defensive all-around great big men. This ain't Robinson and Duncan, and this ain't Ralph Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon. This ain't even Boogie and AD. This is a guy on Blake Griffin, who's not a rim defender, Andre Drummond, who just don't play no defense still. He hasn't developed as a defender, and he's not a premier back-to-the-basket guy, and he's not a stretch 5. So your money is tied up into 2 guys that ain't going to never win nothing playing together. And also a point guard that thinks he's Russell Westbrook, and y'all think if y'all would have had him last year to make the playoffs. Don't like the situation. I don't like it. I like Dwayne Casey as a coach, but he can't save this roster, dog. He can't save it. And Tom Gores did it again. He's messed up this franchise once again. His name should be Tom Ford. Tom Bill Martha Ford. Because the same thing the Fords did with the Lions, he's doing with the Pistons. Golly, Bill Davidson, man, I miss you, bro. You know, this is a travesty, man. They got to get this franchise out this man's hands, man. He's a James Dolan of Detroit, man. But, hey, most people won't understand. They think it's negative. I'm not being negative, man. I want the best for this franchise, man. I really do, man. Motor City Sports Talk. Push for 1,000 subscribers. Check the description for links to Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. We gone.